How did you sleep last night? Did you try any of the things that I posted on in the previous video? If so, how did that go? But also note that some of these things will come with time, and it can be a matter of building habits. So just bear in mind the top tip, ultimately, if you can do anything, keep your wake up time the same. Yeah. So, and I didn't forget about blue light. I mentioned that in the first post and video, and it's actually why I'm wearing these in this video. So blue light, that can affect our sleep, as I kind of mentioned before. So what can you do about it? One thing that I'm going to suggest might be a challenge for a lot of people, especially if you're used to using devices at night or watching the TV, etc. Because blue light is emitted by our devices, our TV, but also light bulbs. So really, it's most places around us. So what you could do though, in terms of devices to limit blue light, is to have some device-free time before you go to bed. And actually it's probably a good thing to do as well, especially if you're looking at news, especially now with COVID-19, it might just reduce your stress and anxiety levels. So research suggests it's actually good to unplug from news as well. So maybe start with 20 minutes without devices before bed, then try to increase it to 40 minutes and then 60 minutes. No devices before bed. Now the alternative is these things, for example, blue light blocking glasses. I'll give a link to an article about that so you can get more details. I don't spend time on it here. But just also be aware that even if you have sort of blue light filters on your devices, they're usually not actually blocking the blue light. They might be reducing them. So one application that I'm aware of that does more properly block it is called f.lux, f.lux. Again, I'll give a link to it. So that's blue light done. I'm now going to talk about something else that I love, and it's napping. It's actually one of the hidden benefits of self-isolating, working from home, is that it's a lot easier to nap during the day. For most people, napping is beneficial, but before I delve more into that, if you have certain sleeping conditions like insomnia, or if you're depressed, then napping is not going to be something for you. So just bear that in mind. Now, the other thing I'm going to add a link to is a questionnaire to find out what sleep chronotype that you are or have. And there's 4 different types in this system. And it's an evolution from what you might have heard of before with night owls and early birds. So this has got 4 different animals. The first one, which about 50% of the population, is bears, and that represents the hummingbirds in this previous model. Typically get up and down with the sun. That's the rhythm of bears. Bears tend not to wake up full of beans, tend to be a bit groggy and really benefit from physical activity first thing in the morning. Lions is another chronotype. That replaces the early birds in that analogy, so tends to get up early and tends to be more full of beans. The equivalent to a night owl they might have heard of is a wolf. So it tends to stay up later in the evenings, and hence also sleep longer during the day. And the last one is dolphins. So this is an additional one from the bird system. The dolphin represents people who've got sleeping problems, and the reason why a dolphin is because apparently dolphins sleep unihemispherically. So we've got 2 hemispheres of our brains, so they sleep resting one side, but the other side is active. So never fully completely sleeping like we do. So if you're a lion from this quiz, probably be careful about napping. Bears do really well with napping. If you're a wolf as well, just be mindful of it. may not be a great idea, because it can just mean that you end up staying up even longer in the evenings. And for dolphins, I think in general, it's worth really looking at proper sleep habits and routines beyond what these videos will go through. So, general benefits of napping. So it boosts brain function, so your focus, your clarity of mind, but also your critical thinking. So for work, for most jobs that we have, those things are quite important. But it also enhances creativity for those who got a creative job. So this is why certain companies in the world actually do allow people to nap at work, because there's some very work-related benefits to it. A very prudent benefit for us in terms of what I talked about stress is that napping helps reduce stress. Great. It gives us energy. And lastly, it can even improve physical performance. So it's that physical aspect as well. So there's quite a lot on napping. I'm just going to say general guide here. Keep your naps to a maximum of 25 minutes. Because if your brain goes into other states of sleep, it can be more draining and disruptive than having all these benefits that I just mentioned. So that's just an easy guideline. Probably something to have sort of early afternoon. But again, some of that depends on your chronotype. But that's the level of detail that I can't go into here. But the Sleep Mastery Quest on Mindvalley does go into all of this for anybody who's interested. And I'm going to link to a masterclass that's free for those who want to find out more on that. So I think that was it for what I want to share about sleep and napping. I'm going to give you some resources to find out more, but if you have any questions, then just send me a message, comment on the posts on Facebook for this video and so on. And I'm wishing you sweet dreams. All the best.